from refusing to leave the Russian Premier League to terminating his contract and having his family threatened at the same time, to then becoming the Serie A Player of the Month and scoring in the Champions League, all in the matter of months. This is the unlikely rise of Khvicha Kvaratskhelia.
What do you think about Khvicha Kvaratskhelia? I was looking at him and I can say, who's gonna sign this player will sign one of the best talents around. One of the best talents around.
Now, Khvicha was born on February 12, 2001 in Tbilisi, Georgia. His father, Georgian Kvaratskhelia, was a former footballer who played for the Azerbaijan national football team and was once the top scorer in the Azerbaijan Premier League. He's the middle child of 3 boys, with his younger brother, who's only 12 years old, also following his footballing footsteps. Now, Khvicha grew up idolizing 2 players. Firstly, the Real Madrid Guti. He mentioned, "My first idol was Real Madrid's Guti. When I played in the streets of Tbilisi, I wore a white t-shirt writing his name on the back." And then Cristiano Ronaldo. "I'm inspired by Cristiano Ronaldo because he's the same level as Messi, thanks to the hard work and sacrifice. I would also like to have the same career as him. Cristiano is a great footballer and an incredible professional. That's why I always draw inspiration from him." Although he enjoyed basketball and tennis, he fell in love with football at a very young age. At just 5 years old, Khvicha started playing for his hometown youth team, Dynamo Tbilisi. His talent was apparent as he moved up the academy ranks really quickly, and on September 29th, 2017, he made his senior professional debut at just 16 years old. On May 18th, 2017, he came on as a substitute against Shukura to score his first career goal, which ended up being the game winner on the day. Aside from coming on as a late game substitute, Khvicha couldn't break into the first team, recording only a goal in 5 appearances. During the 2017-18 season, he moved to FC Rustavi, a newly promoted team from the 2nd division, where he joined to get more playtime. While his time here, he drew international attention, as he featured in 18 games for FC Rustavi, scoring 3 goals and helped them from avoiding relegation. This was a huge achievement at the time, as they were one of the favourites to go down. And at just 17 years old, he was named in the Guardian's Next Generation 2018 article, where they talk about 60 of the best young talents in the world of football. His name was mentioned along the likes of Rodrigo, Curtis Jones and Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, and from there a lot of teams started to garner interest. In 2019, he secured a loan move to the Russian Premier League with Lokomotiv Moscow. He was featured in just 10 games and only one of those appearances was as a starter. And even though the Lokomotiv coach Yun Semin raved about his talent, Khvicha completed a permanent move to Russian giants Rubin Kazan for about 500,000 euros in 2019. He found his feet during his first time at Rubin Kazan, scoring 19 goals and 10 assists in 93 appearances in all competitions. He also received honours for being the best young player in the Russian Premier League during his first 2 seasons, and on the international stage he has been nothing short of spectacular. Now, since he received his call up to the Georgia first team in 2019, he had 10 goals, 4 assists in just 19 appearances. He's also the 2-time winner of the Georgian Footballer of the Year award in February 2021, and alongside that, he was ranked 34th by L'Equipe on star-studded list of the 50 best young talents in the world of football. And from all that attention, he had teams like Juventus, AC Milan, Arsenal sending out scouts to watch him play, but no one ever sent a transfer proposal, with the main reason being they weren't sure if he'd be able to perform in the big stage. Now, before we continue with his career, if you could go down there and subscribe to the channel, that would mean a whole lot to me. We are currently on absolutely no subscribers and this is my first video, so any sort of support and comments would be appreciated. With that being said, let's get back into his career. Well then, 2022 came about and his career took a huge, and I mean a huge, spiral downwards. Khvicha's third season with Rubin Kazan ended abruptly when Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022. Now, FIFA ruled that foreign players could suspend their contracts with Russian clubs until the summer of 2022, which he was eligible for. But his decision to leave Russia was propelled by threats to his family's life, It was safe to say it was a scary moment for Khvicha and his family. He had no choice but to leave Russia, but at the same time, he was getting threats from Russia as he was leaving Rubin Kazan. Now, being a foreigner in Russia, he had to suspend his contract with the hopes of returning to Rubin after the war. Unfortunately, he had to terminate his contract after that, after it seemed like that the war in Russia wasn't going to stop anytime soon, and Rubin Kazan and him had to part ways. A month later, after terminating his contract with Rubin Kazan, he travelled back to Georgia and played for Dynamo Butami, his hometown team's rivals. He played there until the end of the 21-22 season. He scored 8 goals, got 2 assists in just 11 games, helping Dynamo Butami win the first ever league championship. He also started to make a name for himself in the international level as he started to play in the UEFA Nations League for Georgia, where he scored 3 goals in 4 games in June of 2022, and our team's talking about him yet again. Now, moving on to the summer transfer window, after various transfer rumours of him joining the likes of Arsenal, Milan and Tottenham, Juventus did seem like the favourites. According to multiple reports, Juventus had a contract agreement with Khvicha Kvaratskhelia but didn't finalise the contract because the managing director Fabio Paratici left for Tottenham and ended the deal. Napoli, who was in a rebuild, swooped in fast and signed him for a fee worth £10 million on a 5-year deal. The Napoli fans didn't approve and tagged him as a poor signing, but God, are they eating back their words now. To be fair to the Napoli fans, they had a decent reason. They didn't think he was an equal replacement for the players they lost in the summer on paper. The key word there being on paper. And after Lorenzo Insigne's move to the MLS, Khvicha has some big shoes to fill as the first choice left winger for Napoli. After some impressive pre-season games, the spotlight was already on him ahead of the Serie A debut. And for some extra reassurances for the Napoli fans, Fabrizio Romano even posted a video mentioning this.
Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. I was looking at him and I can say, who's gonna sign this player will sign one of the best talents around.
And it was safe to say before the Serie A started, Napoli fans and Serie A and football fans in general were excited to see how Khvicha would perform. August 15th, 2022, Khvicha made his Serie A debut against Hellas Verona. After going down early in the game, Khvicha brought the team back into the game, rising high to head in Hirving Lozano's cross to open up his Serie A accounts. In the second half, he added an assist to his name and the final score was 5-2 to Napoli. And well, it didn't end there. He was on a rampage in his home debut against Monza, curling in a banger from 25 yards out, in off the post, to announce his name at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. He doubled his goals with a powerful left foot shot in the second half to help Napoli to a triumphant 4-0 victory over Monza. From there on, he won the hearts of the Napoli fans, who nicknamed him Kvaradona, also known as the Georgian Maradona. Napoli's manager Spalletti commented on his 5-star performances against Monza, saying he is able to control any ball and make it clean. He has this very shy way of doing things. He never wants to be the centre of attraction, but when he plays football, he is so confident. After a dream start in Serie A, Khvicha won August Serie A Player of the Month award, contributing 3 goals and an assist in just 4 games. The question of him being able to perform in the big stage was completely out of the window. The question was, would he be able to perform in the Champions League and get his name to the next level? Before the 2022 UEFA Champions League group stage fixtures, Khvicha expressed his boyhood dream of playing in the competition. The Champions League represents my first footballing dream, practically since I started playing. In Naples, the atmosphere is even more engaging and I can't wait to take the field for those matches. Napoli matched up against the 6-time UEFA Champions League winners, Liverpool, in the first fixture of the group stages. Before the game, Italian legend Alessandro Del Piero warned Liverpool about the Georgian wonder kid. He said, watch out for Kvaratskhelia, he's unpredictable and talented, he seems to be made to play in Europe. And well, he was not wrong. Throughout the game, Kvaradona was the standout player on the pitch. He terrorised Trent Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez on the left wing with his pace and dribbling, and even the Liverpool fans will probably agree. He had the entire Liverpool defense on skates, providing an assist as Napoli came out on a 4-1 victory on the night, and his first Champions League goal eventually came on matchday 3 during Ajax's 6-1 trash fest at the Johan Cruyff Arena. And at just 21 years old, Khvicha has got the media talking. 8 goals and 3 assists in just 16 appearances is no joke, and to top it all off, he's received high praise from the likes of Carlo Ancelotti, who mentioned, "Napoli have picked up some very good players, refreshing the air. It's difficult to predict what they can do. Certainly the new arrivals have made the team unpredictable. Kvaratskhelia, the surprise." With that being said, Khvicha isn't your usual young talent. He's definitely something special. Now with that being said, he's definitely made a name for himself in Napoli and in Italian football, but now even in the world of football. This was the rise of Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. This is my first video on this channel, so if you could leave any feedback in the comments, it would genuinely mean the world to me. And on any players you would like videos done like these in the future, if you could subscribe as well, that would be great, and turn on the bell if you don't want to miss any content like this. This has been Ball Tales. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.